Right. Good afternoon, students. Until other participants will join, we will start the lesson, right? Actually, sorry for the delay due to some internet connection problems. Today our topic is diffusion of technology and its innovations. So these are the things we are going to discuss under this topic. Consumers, innovations and the product life cycle. And the second topic we will cover in this topic is the theory of diffusion of innovations and the measurement of innovativeness. First, we will see what is consumers, innovations and the product life cycle. Right, you have to know what is the innovation means first, right? The innovations is a practical implication of ideas. It's a practical implication of ideas that result in the introduction of new goods or service, or it can be an improvement in offering goods or service, right? The practical implication of ideas, and it results it's an introduction of a new goods or service. It can be a new innovative good, or either it can be an improvement for the existing goods or service, right? It can be happening two ways. It can be a new good, or it can be an improvement for the existing goods or service, right? Called the innovation. Then how it becomes the consumer innovation, right? First of all, you have to know who is a consumer. Who is a consumer? Consumer is a person or a group. A group who intends to order. Who intends to order or uses purchased goods, products or services. Right? So it can be a single person or a group. An intent to order and or purchase goods or product or service. And for different kind of needs. Right? It can be a personal need or social, family needs, household, or similar kind of any type of needs, right? Or simply we can call it's a person. The consumer is a person who purchases goods or service for personal use. So, the globalization concept, we can identify this consumer as local consumer, or global consumer. Right? So, who is the local consumer? The local consumer is a person who is buying or the purchasing goods or service for his personal needs within the region or area in which it is produced. Right? Means that origin country, the same country, the customer is buying the product. But if it is outside the origin country, the customer or the consumer is coming from outside the origin country, we call is a global consumer. The global consumer culture can be defined as cultural entity that is not coupled to a single country as something large and transnational cultures, right? It means the person who is outside the country and by the product of the origin country. Okay. Then consumer innovativeness. Consumer innovativeness, we can have some idea about this by the degree of accepting the new product, service, or the practice. The degree of innovativeness depends on the some factors, right? So remind these factors. Degree of innovativeness. What are the factors influencing the degree of innovativeness? The factors are, the first one, dogmatism. Second factor, the social characteristics. Third factor, optimum stimulation level, or fourth is novelty seeking. Right, let's see what are these things, what are these factors. Dogmaticity. It's a degree of rigidity. Degree of rigidity, individuals display towards unfamiliar products. You know, when some new products come to the market, some consumers, they don't like to accept that product. They only used to buy the old product, right? The same, usual products they try to buy. They don't try for new innovative products, right? It's a degree of rigidity or the dogmatism. They have used to buy the same product already in the market. They don't like to test new products. Right, they become unfamiliar with the new innovative products. So the dogmatism is the degree of rigidity of individuals' mindset towards the unfamiliar products or features. Okay. And also we can say that degree of consider information against their own established beliefs. So already in the consumer's mind, they have certain criteria about some goods they are purchased. So they like to have that features only on. Right. So if the low dogmatism means, it means that they consider unfamiliar and opposing beliefs. Low dogmatism, it means that they prefer innovative products. If it is high dogmatism, it means they don't prefer innovative products, right? Right. Then market applications. Examples use celebrities as authorized person. High dogmatism or low dogmatism. Emphasize the product features and the benefits. Then the second factor influencing the customer innovativeness is the social characteristics. The societal factors also can influence the innovativeness and selecting the innovative products by the people. So how people directed towards behavior, you know, the inner directed consumers. their features and product benefits. Other directed consumers, they prefer social environment and acceptance. And those can be the social characteristics. The third interesting fact is the optimum stimulation level. It can be defined like this. The personality traits that measure different personalities, they prefer different types of products, right? That measures the level or amount of novelty or complexity that individuals seek in their personal experiences. It depends, can be on the personal experiences. Then reflect the lifestyle. Reflect how far the innovativeness of the product can reflect their own lifestyle, the consumer's lifestyle. It can be either over or understimulated lifestyle with the reality. With the stimulation impact having with the innovative product, people prefer to have innovativeness, so does not get the innovativeness, right? Then the third, that means that depend on the inner feelings. It's a kind of perception of the consumers, inner feelings, right? So optimum stimulation level is greater than current reality or risk-taking and innovative. Right. The fourth interesting fact is novelty seeking. The way of seeking the novelty in many types can be some are taking this as exploratory purchasing behavior, right? Some consumers, they like to switch in between different products and get some experience and explore the differences in between products. But some consumers, they don't like to switch in between the new products. They just prefer all the same product they are already buying, right? It's the exploratory purchasing behavior. Some are novelty seeking, some are less seeking, some are not novelty seeking. So, and other thing, vicarious exploration. Vicarious. The consumers secure the information. The vicarious exploration, it happens when the consumer collect information through reading or talking to others. With the increase of the vicarious exploration, consumer can gather a lot of novelties in the world, right? They can gather a lot of information about the new products. Then use innovativeness. They use already adopted products in the new way. Right, then let's see what is product life cycle. Actually, when you see this graph, you can see that the product life cycle means this kind of cycle, right? We can graph this about the behavior of the sales in relating to the timeline. So with the start time to end time, with the increase of the time or the duration of a product, what would happen to the sales amount? You can see at the introduction stage, the very first stages of a product, in the introduction stage, its sales are very increasing at a low rate, right? Increasing at a low rate. Then after a certain time, it starts to grow. The second stage is growth stage. The sales are growing very at a high rate. Right? Then at the end of the growth stage, mean the people very much know about the product. very well. The people, all the people, the society, they know about the product very well, right? So after this stage, we call that becomes the maturity. The maturity stage, people already know about the product, but can be sometimes the substitutes can be come to the market, or the rivalries can come to the market with the same feature, same product, or the substitute products to this product. Then there can be slight decline about the sales, because some customers of this product can switch to other new products, same other new substitutes. Therefore, the sales can be declined, but in slightly, right? Not in an increasing rate, but slightly it can decrease. And also in the maturity stage, it's maximized, sales amount maximized. It goes to maximum point, and after that it declines. Then even after the maturity stage, it will decline, right? So product like people have life cycle. The life cycle of product is broken into 4 stages: introduction, growth, maturity, and the decline. So let's see what is product life cycle. The length of a time product is introduced to consumer into the market until it is removed from the shelves. We call the life cycle of the product. Some products actually they don't have a definite life cycle. They have indefinite life cycle because continuously they are producing. The producers are putting the product on the shelves continuously. You can't say that the product will end by this era, right? So until it's removing from the shelf, we call the product life cycle is the duration. So this concept is used by the management and by marketing professionals as a factor in deciding when it is appropriate to increase advertising, reduce prices, expand to new markets, so redesign packages. So looking at the different stages and their outcomes, the marketers or the management or the accounting or financial managers, they can decide different decisions. They can take decisions like advertising, pricing decisions, expansion decisions, or redesigning decisions, right? The process of strategizing ways to continuously support and maintain the product is called product life cycle. Now already we discussed about the stages of the product life cycle. I already explained this graph. Now let's see about the different stages of this product. Now see introduction stage. The introduction phase is the first time customers are introduced to a new product. The first time the product is introduced to customers. So during this stage, what are special features we can have? Here actually the producers, they have to include a substantial investment in advertising and marketing campaign, because the new customers, they don't know about this product. This is a new product. So the producers have to give a substantial investment in advertising, a lot of advertising, more advertising and marketing campaign. Then this focused on making consumer aware of the product. In the first stage, actually, we have to just making consumer aware of the product and its benefit. In this stage, we can't try to increase the sales. suddenly we can't try to increase the sales because people don't know about the product. So first of all, we have to give knowledge about the product first. Right? What is this product? What are the features? What are the other services, after sales services? What are special features, uniqueness of the product, innovativeness of the product? We have to emphasize these things to consumers at the introductions. And also in this stage, no competition. No competition because this is a new product now. There are no competitors or substitute products in the market stage. And also, here the negative financial results. Negative, sometimes this can be a negative result because the cost is higher than the income from this product. Because our advertisement cost and marketing campaign cost is very high at this stage. Also, the research development cost is very high at this stage. Failure rate also very high. So our cost is higher than the income, right? So this can be negative return finally. Oh, and the other thing is the sales strategy is still being evaluated. Right. Then growth. What would happen in the growth stage? Now, certainly the product will go to this stage if only the introduction stage pass. If the introduction stage, the product is failed at the introduction stage, it will remove from the market. But if it's we success at the introduction stage, then it can go to growth stage. It means that having the information or the aware about the product, consumers start to buy the product. Consumers start to accept the product. If the product is successful, the expansion start. The consumers try to buy the product, right? So during this product becomes more popular and recognizable. Actually, these are some comparison. If you ask to give some comparison in between the stages, these four stages, you can write this, right? Product becomes more popular and recognizable, not like in the introductions, in the growth stage. But in this stage, even company have to invest heavily in advertising only if the product is heavy competition. Because in this stage, the new substitute products can be entered to the market in order to compete with this product. Then again, company has to invest heavily in the advertising in order to face the competition. And also company has to refine their product by improving functionality. It means we can have some improvements, add more features, new features, or redesign the product with the customer's feedback in this stage, right? And also financially perspective, actually it's growing. It's not now negative. In the growth stage, it is very high. The increased sales and higher revenue. Increased sales and higher revenue. As well as the competition competition begins. Competitors come to the market. Competition increases. And this competition increase can actually forced to company to decrease the prices, because with the price decrease we can compete with the competitors. With competitors price may higher than our price, so we can decrease the price. But with the decrease of price, we would get low margin, right? Then it will lead to have low profits again. It will decrease our higher returns again. Then maturity stage. What are the differences? Yeah, this is the most profitable stage. Most profitable stage. Competition even very higher than other stages. Competition is very higher than other stages. The profit margin starting to shrink, and also sales comes to its maximum. Right. 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 These things more explained in these two sentences. Even you can read by yourself. The same things, right? The decline stage, the last one, decline stage. With the increased competition, actually, what would happen? Now the margin will reduce, then it will causes to the product may lose the market share, and sales start to decline, right? Sometimes actually company may choose not to pursue additional marketing efforts at this stage, because no use of having additional marketing efforts, because already customers may be switched to other new innovative or competing products already, right? Right. Now this is what we already discussed, the life cycle. It is applicable to the goods. The between the goods and services there is a difference, right? A lot of differences are there. Now I'm not going to explain the difference of in between goods and services at this time. You may already know that. So let's see what is the life cycle of services. The life cycle, product life cycle of services also somewhat different than the product life cycle of goods. Right? The introductory phase, growth, maturity, and decline phases are there. Decline phases are there. But the services we can't store. Like not like the goods, we can't store the service. The product life cycle also very short, maybe very short. When the service start, product life cycle start, and when the service ends, life cycle ends. So introductory phase means the developed primary demand for service or the different pricing strategy. Introductory stage means we give some basic information about the service to the customer. These are the criteria of this service. These are the prices of these packages, like what. Then customer can decide whether to buy this service or not. So introductory stage of a service is that kind of thing. The growth phase. The growth phase means that customer select to buy the product, then it will increase in sales. It will increase the sales because customer have to pay for the product, so sales start to increase. At this stage, the competitors also try to imitate. Right? And also, with this imitation of the service by the competitors, producers, so the service providers, they try to refine the service or redesign the service because of imitation. And also we can, at this stage, we can do the monitoring performance, or we can have some new target groups and new distribution channel mods we can see in order to spread the service. Right? Then maturity. In maturity stage, efficiency of internal and external service delivery becomes important. Here in this page, actually, efficiency is the highest or the most important measure about the quality of the service. Right? And it should be there the ability to add the additional services with the primary service. Right? Then we can attract more consumers and keep our consumers as it is without switching to other products or other services. Right, and there is another stage called saturation. It's not in product life cycle goods. It's in the product life cycle service. Saturation means kind of a service modification, service innovation, right? Service innovation. Because having the service as usually can be left the existing customers or switch the other customers, and the service can be not attractive to the existing customers. We have to make continuous modifications, so innovations to service, which is called saturation. Even in the service product life cycle, we can have the declining stage, which means it minimizing the expenses in providing the services, and we are not trying to gather more customers towards our product service, right? Right. Then we had discussed about the theory of diffusion of innovation. Right. Let's see what is this diffusion of innovation means. Actually, diffusion is the process by which a new idea or new product is accepted by the market. Understood? It is a process. The process, the new idea or new product, it is accepted by the market. So the rate of diffusion means what? The rate of diffusion is the speed. The speed with which the new idea spreads from one customer to the next. So speed with the new idea is spreading among the customers, right? The rate of diffusion. Right. The theory of diffusion of innovation, under that we had to have this looking at the features of diffusion process. Let's see what are the features of diffusion process. It's a selective process, two-way process. At the receiving end, reinterpretation and rework take place. Some traits are more easily diffused than others. The definition of innovation theory is a hypothesis outlining how new technological and other advancements spread throughout the societies and cultures, from introduction to widespread adoption. So the definition of innovation theory seeks to explain how and why new ideas are practiced or adopted, with timeline potentially spread out over long periods. It means the diffusion normally takes a long period in order to spread the information of a product among customers. The theory was developed by Ian Rogers, right? He's the introducer of this theory. The communication theories at the University of New Mexico in 1962. Investigating previous sociological theories of behavioral change, and it's explained the passage of the idea through the stage of adoption by the different actors. So let's see the Rogers customer segments on the innovation adoption curve. See, it's a normally distributed curve. You can see here it's illustrated that 2.5% of the innovators, then 13.5% of the early adopters, and early majority is 34%, the late majority is again 34%, and another 16 is laggard. Laggard means they stop the consuming that product. They try to switch into other products, right? So innovators are 2.5%. You can see the innovators are the first individual to adopt an innovation. The innovators are willing to take risk, youngest in age. What are the features of innovators? See, they willing to take risk normally. If they are innovators, they willing to take risk. And also their age. If you consider their age, they are very young in age. And also have highest incomes and greatest awareness. Highest incomes and greatest awareness. An understanding of scientific developments and relationship with other innovators. Early adopters. The early adopters is the second fastest segment of the customers. Right? Early adopters. They are the second fastest segment who will adopt an innovation. Normally, these people represent opinion leaders. They provide more opinions, right? They have different views. And they also enjoy leadership roles. Embrace change opportunities. And also, they are already aware of the need to change. Because of this awareness, they try to adapt the innovations. Because they know we would need to change. And because of that, they are very comfortable adopting new ideas. The strategies to appeal to this population include how to manuals and information system implementation. And the different among the innovators and early adopters are the early adopters, they do not need information to convince them to change because they already know there should be a change. So we don't know to convince them that they should have a change. Right. Then 34% of customers are early majority. the early majority customers. But early majority customers, normally they buy innovative products later than early adopters, right? Actually, the Rogers, who has found out this theory, he has identified that they have above average income. Normally, they have their income level is very higher, and a lot of social connections with early adopters, right? But they are usually not influences or opinion leaders as the former one, the early adopters. And they typically needs to see evidence that the innovation works before they are willing to, and they prefer to have some sample products before they are buying the innovative products. Right? This type of early majority category of the consumers. Then the late majority. Late majority also is 34% of consumer base. In this segment, the people are little behind the curve. No, when it comes to buying innovative, it means that they are dogmatism. No, it means they don't like to have some innovative product. They don't try the innovative product. They don't prefer. They are cautious. Somewhat being afraid of buying new products, cautious and risk averse. Right? And not too interested in social influence or trends. They do not prefer to have a lot of innovation. The laggards are actually totally, they don't like to have new innovations. They just want to have the same products with them. Laggards are the last customers to adopt an innovations. Tend to dislike change. They dislike change. And often seen as traditionalist. We call them actually traditionalist because they are very traditional. They just want to practice the same traditional products. Okay. Right. Then we will look at the measurement of innovativeness. Right. So we can have some innovation performance metrics like follows. In order to identify the measuring of the innovativeness, like revenue sustainability, customer satisfaction is one criteria. One of the criteria, knowledge accumulation, brand reputation, or price elasticity. Right. So when deciding these measurements, there are certain 5 principles when setting this innovation measure. So one principle is the measurement should be oriented to justify the innovations the organization needs. The second is the select set of measurements which are seen as critically to make continuous progress. Third, these do not just measure innovation with lagging financial metrics only. And the fourth principle is the innovation performance indicate should focus on building innovation and design culture. And also the fifth last one, the well-defined standard set of innovation performance. Metrics would need to be considered in better measures of the innovation success. Now, let's see how innovations occur. There are certain theories discuss how innovations, so the one is social deterministic school. It says that innovations are the result of a combination of external social factors and influencers. It's a result of combination of external social factors and influencers. What are social factors can be? The social factors can be demographic changes, economic influences, cultural change, right? Because of this kind of social factors, the innovations can happen. So this is the emphasis of the social deterministic school. So when these conditions were right, if the demographic change, economic influence, or cultural change is considered as right, the innovations would be occur. So this is a graph explaining more about the social deterministic school, right? So you can see the opportunity recognition. It can be affected by the cultural capital, social capital, strategic capital, and economic capital in the world in the background. And with that, the opportunity recognition, these factors can influence, right? Influence on the opportunity recognition. If the opportunity recognition is accepted, then opportunity preparation, and through that we try to value creation, and through the value creation, finally, if it is accepted, we can have the opportunity exploitation. See, this is the final summary of the social deterministic school. Right. Then there are certain other concepts we can have why we are having the results, the innovation. So one is individualistic school. Individualistic school means innovations is the result of unique individual talents. Because of the personal talents, we can have some new innovative ideas. It means actually innovators are born. Right? Innovators are born. This is closely linked with the view of serendipity. We just remind this as individuals are born innovators, if so, because with the unique individual talents, we can have some innovation. Other view is the market-based view, innovation. This argues that the market conditions provide the context to facilitate innovations. Because of the market conditions, the innovation is needed. Then it's create the innovation, like market conditions are influenced by this kind of things, by bargaining power, as we discussed already, 5 forces. What are 5 forces? Can you remind? Bargaining power supply, bargaining power customers, threats of new entrants, threats of substitutes, and rivalry within the industry. This kind of thing can impact on the market condition. So with the market condition, it can create the need for innovation, right? And final view is resource-based view. Resource-based view is the firm's own resource provide much more stable context in which to develop its innovation. Which means that the producers or the providers or the company or can be individual, they may have different resources or rich with resources. We can create new innovations. For example, some firms are very rich with their new technology developments. Right? With the technological developments, that kind of firms or maybe countries, they can have innovations rather than other countries of the firms, right? That's the resource-based view of innovation. He argues when the firms have resources that are valuable, rare, and not easily copied, means that those resources cannot be easily copied, and they are very valuable and also rare, only or uniquely on to those firms only, right? Right. Then the other concepts we will discuss on the next day. So up to here, we will stop the lesson for today. So thank you very much for participating in today's lesson. So we will wind up for today, right? Thank you very much.